The movie 300 was made in 2006. Its sequel, Rise of an Empire, was released in 8 years. In fact, the stories in the two movies happened in session in the same war, the Second Persian invasion of Greece in 480 BC. The movie 300 was about how the Spartan force resisted the Persian army on the land, while its sequel told us how the Athenians fought the Persians in the sea. To understand the conflict between Greece and Persia, we should go back to the first Persian invasion of Greece in 490 BC. The first Persian invasion was a response to Athenian involvement in the Ionian Revolt, when Athens and Eretria sent a force to support the cities of Ionia in their attempt to overthrow Persian rule. The Athenians and Eretrians had succeeded in capturing and burning Sardis, but they were then forced to retreat with heavy losses. In response to this raid, the king of Persia, Darius, swore to burn down Athens and Eretria. Darius then launched an amphibious expeditionary force under two commanders in 490 BC. The Persians proceeded to besiege, capture, and burn Eretria. They then moved to attack Athens, landing at the Bay of Marathon, where they were met by a heavily outnumbered Athenian army. At the ensuing Battle of Marathon, the Athenians won a remarkable victory, which resulted in the withdrawal of the Persian army. Darius died before he carried out his revenge plan. The throne of Persia passed to his son Xerxes. By 480 BC, a decade after the Persian defeat at Marathon, Xerxes had amassed a massive land and naval force, and subsequently set out to conquer all of Greece. This time Xerxes himself took command. Around the start of the invasion, a Greek force of approximately 7,000 men marched north to block the pass of Thermopylae. The Persian army was vast, ranging between approximately 100,000 and 150,000 troops, according to modern scholars. During 2 full days of battle, the small force led by the king of Sparta, Leonidas, blocked the only road by which the massive Persian army could traverse the narrow pass. After the second day, a local resident named Ephialtes betrayed the Greek alliance by revealing to the Persians the existence of a small shepherd path leading behind the Greek lines. Subsequently, Leonidas, aware that his force was being outflanked by the Persians, dismissed the bulk of the Greek army and remained to guard their retreat with 300 Spartans and 700 Thespians. It has been reported that others also remained, including up to 900 Helots and 400 Thebans. The Greeks fought the Persians to the death. According to the book Histories by Herodotus, the Persian army also suffered heavy casualties. 2 brothers of Xerxes died in this battle, which made him furious. He cut Leonidas' head himself. The movie 300 ended, the sequel began. Themistocles was in command of the Greek naval force at Artemisium when he received news that the Persians had taken the pass at Thermopylae. Since the Greek defensive strategy had required both Thermopylae and Artemisium to be held, the decision was made to withdraw to the island of Salamis. The Persians overran Boeotia and then captured the evacuated city of Athens. The Greek fleet, seeking a decisive victory over the Persian armada, attacked and defeated the invading force at the Battle of Salamis in late 480 BC. Wary of being trapped in Europe, Xerxes withdrew with much of his army to Persia, reportedly losing many of his troops to starvation and disease, while also leaving behind the Persian military commander Mardonius to continue the Achaemenid Empire's Greek campaign. However, the following year saw a Greek army decisively defeat Mardonius and his troops at the Battle of Plataea, ending the Second Persian invasion. In the sequel, there was a female commander, Artemisia, in Persian army. She was charming and aggressive. In the book Histories by Herodotus, she was the chief of a small nation, a widow with a son. As one of allies of Xerxes, she contributed 5 warships to him. She had no power to command all the warship like in the movie, but she was indeed competitive. She didn't have to join the army, but she volunteered to do so, which was astounding at that time. The scene full of temptation, that she met with Greek commander Themistocles in the movie never happened in the book. That was probably fictional for entertainment. In closing, I want to talk about the name of the sequel, Rise of an Empire. The empire referred to the so-called Athenian Empire, which was not a real empire, actually the Delian League dominated by Athens. The Delian League, founded in 478 BC, was an association of Greek city-states, with the number of members numbering between 150 and 330 under the leadership of Athens, whose purpose was to continue fighting the Persian Empire. Shortly after its inception, Athens began to use the League's funds for its own purposes, which led to conflicts between Athens and the less powerful members of the League. By 431 BC, the threat the League presented to Spartan hegemony combined with Athens's heavy-handed control of the Delian League prompted the outbreak of the Peloponnesian War. The League was dissolved upon the war's conclusion in 404 BC under the direction of Lysander, the Spartan commander. Thanks for watching. See you next time.